Gonna grow up and they're gonna have an elbow fetish because they didn't get to see enough elbow action when they were in their prime sexual development stage.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Parallel Play. I'm your host Frederick, and today I am joined by
Max.
Max is the editor for DTC's Classified College Survival Guide. He's also an all-around really chill dude and a lover of yaoi.
No, that's not true. That is factually false.
Really? Then what about that episode on the channel, huh?
I want to set the record straight. I have no executive decision
Really?
in that part of the show.
What about What about that chat your friend sent you?
Look, everything you need to know about me in anime is that there's nothing. There's nothing you need to know because what would you need to know? You're on a need-to-know basis this episode. You know what I mean?
Okay, fine. What do I need to know then?
You need to know that I'm a fucking pro gamer. I mean, really, what else is there?
Alright, well, what team are you signing up for after you graduate from college?
Probably gonna go to whichever team is the least racist.
Your next line will be, this entire episode is nothing but JoJo references.
That's gonna be so true.
So, for those of you, two things. For those of you who don't know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I tried describing this to my parents a couple of weeks ago, and I described it as parts 1 and part 2 are about a buff dude and his son beating the shit out of people using the power of sunlight karate. And then part 3 and 4 and 5 are about a bunch of buff dudes beating the shit out of each other using their imaginary friends.
I'd like to describe it as it's the crossover between mimes, goths, and cowboys. Have you ever seen that Tumblr meme? I'll send it to you. You're gonna put it on screen. It's so nice.
It's the best description of JoJo ever.
You say freelance, I just constantly think of this picture of a skeleton jerking off in a chair.
Why?
And it says, the text says, it says, boss didn't like me cranking it at work, so I moved to freelance.
Shut the fuck up. You are a junior, right?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm 20, but I took some college and high school, so I'm a little bit ahead. But then I also took a semester off, so then I'm a little bit behind. So who knows?
So do you want to talk about that? Like, why do you choose to go straight into, or why did you choose to take a semester off then?
Just like personal stuff, okay. But yeah, I took some college and high school, which was really fun. And that, in high school, I was like, fuck college. I don't want to do this shit. I just want to stay home and beat my meat and drink beer. And now I do kind of do that, but now I am on my way to also having a degree. So
what's your degree in, actually?
Microbiology.
Really?
Yeah, and art history, minor.
Huh.
Very diverse.
Was it just a matter of you wanted to pick something different for your minor, or was it just a matter of
I really couldn't decide between science and art, so I was like, well, I'll do both, Yeah.
Wait, so why microbiology?
I mean, I don't want to say microbrewing because that's cringy. But honestly, before I knew that I was going to be interested in science, I was brewing a lot of beer.
So you make your own homemade beer?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of not that interesting for Vermont because in Vermont everybody does it. But I just thought this is kind of interesting. And I remember just doing my own little bit of research on there, and I thought wait a second, I'm reading about science right now. What's going on? Something strange is happening.
Why am I enjoying science?
Yeah, right? And then I, it's okay, maybe I should just pick myself up and just do it, And here we are. But yeah, originally I did not think I was going to go to college.
If you didn't go to college, were you planning on being a game dev or something like that?
Probably gonna jerk off and die. I mean, I really didn't have any plans at all.
I was gonna say, wasn't that your plans for Christmas break or whatever?
Oh yeah, I mean that's my plan. That's my plan right now, honestly. I'll just have a degree when I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt just to beat my meat again.
Exactly.
Sounds like a really shitty millennial poem. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Oh God, why did I do this? Wait, let me beat my meat. Do you ever have that conversation with people? Basically as soon as junior year rolls around, people are like, what college do you want to go to? What do you want to study? What do you want to do? What do you want to be?
Oh, junior high school? Yeah.
Yeah. I have that conversation constantly with people, and I always told people, oh yeah, I want to study history. I want to be a history teacher, and that was more of just a filler answer because I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I think everybody at that age has a really good filler answer because that question is it feels so bad when you're that age.
We don't know. It's even worse across the pond because in Britain you have to take an exam at 15 or 16 that determines your entire career.
bruh.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's definitely a bruh moment. Oh no, I don't know. At the same time that it's like it definitely is stressful to get asked that. If I didn't really have the pressure to like be constantly thinking about that, I wouldn't have been thinking about it.
That's true.
You know, like what's like a tiny bit of anxiety to make you better as a person, right? My filler answer was cheesemaker.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's adjacent to brewing. You know, it's also microbiology. So yeah, in my MMG class we were talking about how there was like a big survey of like the microbiome of cheeses, where you could like look at a specific cheese that was made in a specific place and then analyze what strains of bacteria were on there, and then from those strains you could determine like the flavor profile from the strains of bacteria based on the geography of the cheese.
That's so fucking dope.
Isn't that insane? Yeah. But that's like working for yourself instead of having somebody tell you what to do.
Yeah.
That's what I hate, because the reason why I like know all about video production and like editing and stuff is because my dad used to make commercials.
Oh, really?
And I would see just the struggle. There's people who don't know, you know, like the classic, like, please make it pop. You know, people who don't know what they're doing asking for shit that they don't know how to do. What's the first video game you ever played? Or the first one that you remember being like, damn, video games are cool?
Minecraft.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, my initial thought is Minecraft, but the oldest game I can remember is Rescue Rangers for the Game Boy. What about you?
Probably either Minecraft. I got Minecraft really, really early, like when it was in alpha and there was like nothing in the game. My parents were so conservative about video games with me, but then they were like, you know, just like, I'm gonna give you a laptop and you just kind of do whatever you need to. And so I just went on new grounds.
That explains a lot about you.
Right? I know.
Explains why you're so horny on me.
That's true. I used to have to beg my mom to let me play Halo. Like a friend of mine had Halo at his house, and I was like, I really wanted to play it, but my mom was like a helicopter mom, and she was like not allowing me to like come in contact with. She wouldn't even let me play RuneScape.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is good though, because I think if I had gotten into RuneScape in probably 5th grade when I wanted to, it would have been so bad for me. I would be a completely different person.
In terms of toxicity, or just in terms of you'd be addicted?
Like, I don't know, I'd be a neckbeard. Like, I'd be like a gross little sweaty creature. More so than I am now.
For her, she was the opposite with television, where she wouldn't let me watch, she wouldn't let me watch Ed, Edd and Eddy for...
What?
I don't know why. It was some arbitrary reason of she just didn't like it, the show, at all, and she hates Adventure Time because they don't have elbows.
Okay, I feel like that's a legitimate concern.
Really?
Yes.
They don't have elbows? That's where you draw the line?
Yes, absolutely. That is heinous. It is, like, very weirdly, like, way too cathartic to just talk about that one really weird thing that you like that nobody else likes.
Oh, yeah.
And it shouldn't be that cathartic, because it's like, I don't know, like, maybe I'll make it some, like, we live in a society level social commentary, but, like, people don't really talk about really personal shit anymore. In terms of, like, I don't know, like, I can't remember the last time somebody's just like, how was your day? And in, like, a very genuine way, you know? And I'm not saying that because I'm, like, some lonely little simp incel, but, like, you know, people just don't, it's just not, you don't talk about that anymore, you know?
I feel like it's...
Even with your really, really close, like, people, you know, like, friends, parents. When I, like, first came to UVM, like, I was just so surprised that, like, you know, the standard idea of, like, you know, coming to a new universities, like, you're gonna make a ton of friends, and everyone wants to, like, talk and make friends, but it's like, nobody wants to make friends. You know, you join an extracurricular, that's how you make friends, but, you know, you sit next to somebody in class, they're just trying to get through it.
Yeah, I feel like it does well.
People just don't talk anymore. Strangers really just don't talk anymore.
Do you feel like that's because of, I'm gonna be an okay boomer for a second? Do you feel like that's a result of like social media?
Absolutely.
And stuff like that?
I mean, I think the reason why it used to be like, if you transfer to a new college in the 70s, you're like, you just like don't fucking know anybody, and also you can't communicate with your old friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if you transfer to a new college though, as you know, in this day and age, it's like you can still keep in contact from all your friends from high school. And I think people are really handicapped by that, where it's like you don't need to develop a new friend group because, you know, you just keep in contact with everyone from high school. I don't know. I also kind of sound like a boomer when I'm saying this. This is a big boomer episode. Big boomer hot takes. I don't know, like...
That's gonna be totally a big boomer hot take.
It's true. Like, I don't know. I feel like our generation is just scared of everything. Like, the proposition of, like, moving on with your life is, I feel like, a lot scarier for our generation than it was for our parents.
Oh, yeah. I'm fucking terrified of graduating this semester.
Yeah, right? Like, it's just the empty unknown.
It's not even the empty unknown. It's just a matter of, like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do. And, like, I thought, like, a lot of shit has happened to me this past year, and I thought, like, I knew what I was doing. Like, beginning of my senior year, I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing. Like, I have my shit under control. Like, I was, like, a lot of other stuff, and I thought I knew exactly what I was doing. But then a lot of shit changed, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, I feel like nobody really knows what they're doing. So I don't try not to get too worried about that.
That's why I try to tell myself at the same time.
Yeah, nobody really knows. Because if people really knew, the level of progress that humanity would be so different. Ladies, watching the episode, I am Sigil. I did just beat this level. I am a gamer. I do have a sub 70 level IQ. 5 skulls.
Okay.
Suck my cock.
Okay, so apparently you don't need to not use your weapon.
I don't need to not do shit.
Okay, fine.
That's all you need to know.
All right.